Hello. Beautiful day. Beautiful time, beautiful space. Alright, so I had in my mind a breathing thing that, well, I've been practicing it different ways, and it's like, I feel like it's the perfect time to practice it, and I feel like different things kept showing up with kind of the same idea of that type of meditation, that kind of focus on breathing. So I don't know, I was like thinking about it as I was coming to this space right now, and I was thinking I could just share it. One of the type of ways to kind of like release and put things out of your thought process or your mind or your habits or your beliefs, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like you could do it with anything. But first, I do want to do a little bit of like loosening up, and kind of like sometimes I feel like it relaxes me more and gets more into focusing on the breath after movement. So I'm just going to, I see a beautiful white bird. Hello, white bird. All right, just gonna do a little bit of neck rolls, not too many, just little movements here with the shoulders, alternating the shoulders and bringing them back and then forward. I really enjoyed this one. I've been doing this one a lot lately, kind of bringing the elbows together. So really just do whatever feels good in your body. I just suggest certain movements. Sometimes it's depending on how I'm feeling, you know, like where do you feel tightness in your body. Let's do some side bends. And then, you know, if you want, you just go ahead and make a habit of matching the breath to the movement you're doing. Love the twist. And I also feel like twisting is a way of releasing as well. So really just keeping it simple, maybe folding forward, loosening up the back. Alternating, using that seated cat-cow in different ways. Nothing has to look the same. Make it be your kind of movement, kind of just organically. All right. Maybe a little, I don't know, a little bit of some calf raises here, seated. And then maybe if you want a little bit more, we can do a little sit to stand, like just a little movement break, whatever you feel like doing. Like this is a wonderful exercise in general, and really getting the energy to be flowing throughout the lower body, and let it just rise up. All right, and then I'm gonna settle into my breath now. So the idea of this kind of breathing and meditation is, like I said, just like releasing, and there's a lot of different ways that you can visualize that in your mind as you go along with your breath. So I'll just do like one kind, and then maybe I can do another one, you know, tomorrow or whenever. I like to do this I really like to do this at night, like after the whole day has happened and maybe some things came up or whatever, and kind of just release it before I go to sleep. Or even when you get home, like you can get home and just like kind of release whatever happened throughout your day outside of your home, and just kind of like let that go before you continue your day at home. Even I heard some people like to do that like before entering their home. Before you walk in, through the door, just kind of take a few deep breaths and kind of just releasing what has happened throughout your day, and then you don't bring in that energy, into your home. So there's a lot of different ways that you can practice this. Okay, yeah. So let me just get to it, right? So I'm gonna just begin by just, sitting up, however you feel comfortable. If you want to lean back against something, this doesn't really have a thing to lean back. I'm gonna have my feet nice and grounded, and I think another one popped in my mind. So why don't I try just doing that one? So breathe in and out normally, and settle into your breath. And if you're kind of practicing to slow your breaths and deepen your breath, that's something you can do too. And whether it be something that has happened, something that's on your mind that's weighing you down, or maybe it's something bigger, maybe it's a habit you're trying to break, some kind of pattern that you have noticed that you want to fall out of. Maybe you're working on changing some of your beliefs, maybe some false narrative that's you have noticed has been happening, and you're ready to make a change for yourself. You want to get rid of some things that are not serving you. So once you have that specific thing or things, one by one, you could just begin to kind of push it out of your body. So the one way that came to me just a minute or two ago is releasing it through your feet. So as you exhale, you can kind of visualize that thing or say it to yourself, think it to yourself, and kind of visualize it moving down your body and out through your feet, and kind of just going into earth, kind of recycling those beliefs and letting the universe handle that. And it's just being released from your mind and from your body and from your soul. So on each exhale, just kind of release that, going downwards through your feet. Picture it going beneath into the earth. Maybe on that inhale, you're just gathering it all up. And exhaling it out of your system. Just continue doing that. Like I said, it could be one thing, it could be many things that are weighing you down right now. Maybe you're kind of a feeling kind of person where not only visualizing it, but you kind of just want to feel it traveling through your body. So maybe on your inhale, you just begin to kind of put a little light pressure on your body, or kind of just rubbing in downward motion, exhaling whatever those things are out of your body. Like I'm kind of like putting pressure on my body as I inhale. Kind of like, how do I say, gathering it up. And then I'm just gonna exhale it, kind of rubbing it down, downward motion. Could leave it like that, or you can kind of just envision now that recycling process, right, where we're putting it into the earth, we're letting it, the universe handle it, and trusting that that new energy now is coming up as we inhale, and kind of just like filling us up. So there's really like no wrong or right way to visualize this. Except you can now just change it up and now picture that light energy, that positive statement, you know, rephrasing the things you want to get rid of, and maybe just rephrasing it, saying the opposite, trying to replace, you know, add in the new habit, the new pattern, the new beliefs that you want to know. I'm going to just take one last breath here. I'm going to just smile and open my eyes and just really trust that, you know, that is what's happening. What's happening is what we're knowing, and what we're knowing is what is happening. And just gotta just kind of like change that mindset up. For me, I struggle a lot with certain types of beliefs, you know, that I have conditioned myself with for lots of years. So a lot of times I can, you know, still feel the struggle in certain things. You know, I'm really just trying to rephrase things and try to really listen to the words that I'm using. And it could be so difficult sometimes, but you know, I do notice that I catch myself more often now and kind of just stop, rephrase it, reword it, or even question myself sometimes and just be like, why am I thinking this? Or why am I doing this? Like, who said? Or whatever, right? Like, who said we cannot change things that we always were doing? But those things are obviously not serving me anymore, you know? Anyways, I could babble on and on. And of course, this is supposed to be a short video, but it's not. So, I don't know, I just wanted to share myself as usual with that specific kind of purposeful breathing. And there's other ones, there's other things you can envision, you know, as you're breathing in and out. So I'll just share those another time. So I'm gonna eat my lunch now because I'm just cutting my eating time short and I don't want to rush my eating either. I want to enjoy my food and chew it however many times it's supposed to be chewed. Alright. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Peace, love, and light. See you next time.